Hello and good afternoon from your Community Stadium. I'm Shaun Cashmore. Next to me this afternoon is Craig Barnes, and you join us for this National League North encounter between Leamington and Scarborough Athletic. The Brakes were once again dumped out of the FA Cup at the preliminary stage last weekend as they travelled to lower league opposition in Harbour Town, only to be on the wrong end of a 1-0 scoreline. It is, however, far from panic stations for Paul Holloran and his Leamington team. Whilst the FA Cup has never been kind to the Brakes in many a recent season, the start to the campaign back in the National League North has been a real point of positivity for the fans. Going into the FA Cup last weekend, the Brakes were undefeated in 6 and off the back of 3 wins, and the fans and management alike will be keen to see more of that type of performance that had seen them dispatch Oxford City here the Tuesday before, when Callum Stewart picked up his first hat-trick for the club and his 7th of the season. Today's opponents, Scarborough, come into this with the same points tally as the Brakes. Only goal difference puts them below the opponents today, and both will want to keep up their early season form. The Yorkshire outfit are 6 without loss since the defeat at the end of August, and similar to the Brakes, are full of both good form and high confidence. Loose ball by Scarborough into the feet of Meredith, and Leamington clear their lines, and it'll be over the head of Kieran Waladije, who has ticked over 150 appearances for the club this season, and he lays it into the midfield, and Scarborough come forward. They're going to have a shot from distance which moves in the air. It was a good strike by Colville, and it just wobbled around a little bit, but Callum Hawkins watched it easily enough and it was straight into his gloves. But the first shot in anger this afternoon comes from Scarborough, and it comes from Luca Colville. Scarborough have obviously set their stall out to try and take advantage early on. They try and send the throw in, but that's lost out towards Williams, and now Edwards, and then Williams again, and now Callie Stewart's got space on the left hand side, and it's a great ball by Ewan Williams. Stewart just backs up Waladije. Stewart has a go! Fantastic save by Whitley. Callum Stewart tried to turn and twist and tie Waladije in knots, and in the end he had a rasping drive towards the top corner. Ryan Whitley stuck out a big right hand, tipped it over the crossbar.
And no small part to Ewan Williams' superb little pass there, wasn't it? Right the way across it came. Callum Stewart ball at his feet, superb little strike, and the keeper did well.
Now, Callum Stewart looking for his 8th goal this season, and what will be his 12th appearance overall. He's got 29 in 58 for the Brakes, and he was very close to his 30th. Scarborough have just won themselves a long throw, which they will take in towards the penalty area, flicked on and just helped away by Edwards. And now can Leamington counter? Stewart round his man like he wasn't there. He's got away from Brown. He's got Berridge up for company. Stewart in towards the penalty area. Callum Stewart can't pick out Berridge. Berridge inches away. Fantastic play by Callum Stewart. We say it time and time again. He got all the way to halfway. Brown came to match him up, and he just went around Brown like he wasn't there. Bared down on the penalty area. Stewart tried the square ball. Berridge could not quite turn it home.
He just sold his man, didn't he? Full stride, round he went. I thought took a bad touch, but luckily he hadn't. I say luckily, it's obviously not been a goal, but he carried on that run, and that cross-come shot was just out of Berridge's reach. Very nearly a goal for the Brakes.
Like you say, it's about picking up experience, and I think he's certainly shown what he can do in a break shirt, but so as well Adije all the way towards the edge. Yeah, squares one off the crossbar. Great drive. It'll come all the way back out towards Colville again. Fantastic drive. I don't think Callum Hawkins got a touch, because Hawkins was at full stretch from the drive from Luca Colville, and it thundered off the crossbar and came all the way back out of the 18-yard box, and has ended up now back at the feet of Scarborough keeper Ryan Whitley.
Well, it's become quite a game, hasn't it, the last 10 minutes or so. I mean, Scarborough had all the early running, then Leamington nearly opened the scoring with the best opportunity, I'd say, so far, but then off the crossbar with venom.
Purvel will take the corner on the far side. It'll be an out swinger. It'll be right-footed, and the box is packed. Purver swings it in towards Bennett. Seems to come off the back of Bennett more than the head, really, as George Ward and both Bennett clamber back to their feet. They were both contesting for it in the air, but in the end Bennett managed to get over the top of the ball, and now Callum Hawkins has just gone down. I would imagine there's 27 minutes on the clock, 28 minutes on the clock. I would anticipate here that Callum Hawkins is absolutely fine, and that this is a chance for Paul Holleran to just give a little bit of instruction, because every single Brakes player has, well, they're already in the dugout, taking on some water and some instruction. But who am I to be cynical? Up towards the edge of the penalty area where Bennett wins the flick on, straight into the towards the path of Colville, and really good defending by Rob Evans, because Bennett again just came deep for the goal kick, flicked it in towards the path of Luca Colville, who just has that little inverted run inside, and Rob Evans was wise to it, and now Leamington try and make tracks down the left hand side. Quainer gives it away though, Stewart slides in and retains possession, really good from Callum Stewart. Berridge, loose from Berridge, doesn't manage to hold on to possession again, just a little bit of frustration from some of the Leamington players. Bit of hands thrown in the air as they just want a little bit more from their number 9. Headed away and then towards Tiard. Tiard's got around the outside of Meredith and has put it straight over the top of the crossbar. While Ward and Meredith are in conversation with each other. I think Ward was expecting Meredith to deal with it. Meredith may have expected Ward to deal with it. Between the two of them, they didn't work it out. In the end, Dom Tier picked up the loose ball, bared down on Callum Hawkins, had a free shot on goal and didn't hit the target. Not often that you see Leamington lack a little bit of communication at the back, but certainly that, I think, is what caused the glaring opportunity for Tia to be able to give Scarborough the lead, but he couldn't take it. Berridge now pick it up on the edge of the area. Berridge tries to slip one in towards Landers! Side netting. While Landers didn't strike it cleanly, Berridge did really well, picked it up on the edge of the area, looked like he was shaping to shoot. In the end, he just laid one perfectly into the path of Landers. He thought about taking a touch. In the end, he decided he was going to hit it first time. He didn't strike it cleanly. It was low, it was past the near post of Whitley, and it was into the side netting.
That's relatively similar to the final goal against Oxford City a few weeks ago, where Berridge slid in Callie Stewart from quite an acute angle, and Stewart wrapped up his hat-trick. But at that time, Landers couldn't get his shot on target into the side netting, you correctly say, Shaun. And Landers is another man desperate to get on the score sheet this season.
Long ball up towards Bennett. It's a little game of basketball right now as Wiles is inside the Leamington penalty area. Out towards Colville. Comes all the way back towards Bennett again. Here's Colville over the top of the bar. Well, the game in the last 5 minutes is certainly not lacking for efforts on target. That's 2 that Scarborough have had. First was from Dom Tier over the top of the crossbar. That one from Luca Colville over the top of the crossbar. And they were sandwiched in between that gilt-edged chance for Henry Landers. And I feel in that position, Craig, you've got to go back across the goalkeeper or take a touch and get the shot cleanly on target. And in the end, I think he just rushed it a little bit, Henry Landers.
Well, did he score 12 before Christmas, I think, last year, Landers? So, you know, he was firing on all cylinders. He had that injury and he's not scored many since. He could have gone the other way, as you say, didn't, and another shot went passing or went by.
Glynn inside the Leamington half. Purver dances away from Edwards and finds Bennett on the edge of the Leamington penalty area. They go out towards the left-hand side where Brown is overlapping, gets one in towards the edge of the area, sent goalwards, cleared for it's only as far as the number 11 Colville, and he hits the back of the net. Well, you may say that it's been coming because they've certainly been the better side at the start of this second half, and the pressure has eventually told. They worked it down the left-hand side well. It was helped into the box by Alex Brown, and after it bundled around a little bit, it fell to the feet of Luca Colville, and his first time effort hit the back of the net, and that's his first goal of the season.
And similar to a pattern of play really we've seen repeatedly, Scarborough just enjoying plenty of possession in the build-up, trying to stretch the Brakes out of shape. That's eventually what they did, and you could tell when Colville, the ball fell to him, that he was going to be passing the ball largely into an empty net. Callum Hawkins did his best, but it was beyond him, couldn't get there, and Scarborough lead.
Well, the former Greenock Morton man, the former Bradford City man, played for them in League One, Luca Colville, but it's his 9th appearance this season, and it's his first goal for the Sea Dogs, and it's been enough after 11 minutes of this second half to give Scarborough Athletic the lead here at Yakarta Community Stadium. Leamington 0, Scarborough Athletic 1. So, chance for Evans to wind up one of these long throws. Into the box it goes, flicked behind by a Scarborough defender, but only as far, they clear it as Evans again, who drills one in towards the penalty area. Landers will collect it right on the edge. Can he work to try and make the angle to cross one in towards the far post? He can. Edwards helps it back in, overhead kick! Oh my word! What a goal from George Ward! It was helped back into the penalty area. Jack Edwards helped the header back into a dangerous area, and on the 6-yard box, George Ward has just unleashed a bicycle kick straight past Ryan Whitley, who couldn't keep it out. George Ward is no stranger to fantastic finishes here at Yukart Community Stadium. He's almost running his own goal of the season competition. That one will be right up there. Leamington 1, Scarborough Athletic 1. What a goal from George Ward.
Superb. What can you say about it? It kind of came out of nothing, didn't it? I mean, we all know Rob Evans' throw caused a little bit of confusion at the back, but out it fell to George Ward, and before you know it, it was overhead kick in the air, bang, straight past the keeper. Didn't stand a chance. Leamington back in the game.
Free kick to Scarborough, and it's in a dangerous position over on the far side. It's one of those ones that looks like a corner to the naked eye, but then when you see, he's actually almost on the edge of the 18-yard box, and it's good will stand over it, swings it towards the far post. Hawkins had to get a touch on it and help it over his crossbar. It'll be a corner.
Safety first from Hawkins there. I was going to say that it was going to be just whipped in, which is exactly what it was, and Hawkins took no chances. Superb keeping just to make sure that it was kept out of harm's way.
Maloney's going to go across and take this corner on the right-hand side. It's in that position where you can't quite see if it's a corner or a throw, but it's definitely a corner from the Hawkins save. Corner swung in towards the far post, missed by everyone, half-headed away by Landers. It'll be collected by Colville on the left-hand side. However, out steps Williams and steals possession, and Leamington have a counter-attack on. Ewan Williams, rise the challenge at Perver, still going. Williams in towards Stewart, edge of the penalty area, crosses in towards Williams, just headed away, comes back out towards Meredith stands it up. Walker, left-footed drive, straight into the gloves of Whitley. Really good counter-attack from Leamington, really good play from Ewan Williams. In the end, it all comes to nothing. It's still 1-1.
And I think this is the response that Paul Holloran obviously would have wanted, but more of a team display as well from what he wanted from the get-go. Leamington playing on the counter and looking a real threat.
It's cleared away by Evans up towards Berridge, who's beaten in the air, and Perver collects it under no pressure in the centre circle. Gouda just put under pressure by Berridge, so he has to check back and go all the way back towards Whitley. Maltby on this right-hand side, plenty of space to free up Weladije down this right-hand side, and forward comes Weladije. Can he get his cross in? Yes, he can, all the way towards the far post. Free header, and it's missed the target. Well, it was a free header. I think it might have been Green. He was free at the far post. All he had to do was direct his header on target, and he's put it wide.
They've missed a few chances, Scarborough. If they do go on to not win this game, I think they will lose some of their chances. But I was also going to say, sometimes we were saying about Leamington substitutions and whether it's time to make a change when we were 1-0 down. Scarborough made the change, didn't they? They brought 2 players on, and within 90 seconds it was 1-1. So sometimes substitutions can work against you, because you could argue that they weren't set for the Rob Evans throw.
Meredith, Quainer and Ward stay back. Evans just winds up the long throw in towards the penalty area, in towards the near post, dropped at the near post and then back into the gloves of Whitley. It's a little bit unorthodox, but in the end Whitley manages to gather it, and then he'll go long up towards the number 20 of Wilson. Meredith for company. Good play by Wilson, gets away from Meredith, still going all the way towards the edge of the penalty area. Still Wilson in towards Green, straight at Callum Hawkins, who just falls gratefully on it. Really good play by Cameron Wilson. Rode 2 or 3 challenges towards the edge of the 18-yard box, freed up Green in space on the right hand side, but in the end his shot was in anger, but it was tame and it was straight at Callum Hawkins. Weladije goes down the line, Quainer steps out, thunders the ball into the face of Perver, and that will be the last action from your Co-op Community Stadium this afternoon. But it's been a really, really good game, a really good advert for the National League North, but a really good advert for both sets of fans of both the Brakes and the Sea Dogs, because both of these sides have really run each other ragged here this afternoon, and they've ended with a point apiece in a 1-1 draw. The goal scoring was open with a really good finish from Luca Colville as the ball fell to him inside the 18-yard box. He slotted past Callum Hawkins, who was unsighted. And then Leamington, the ball was worked in towards the penalty area, and George Ward unleashed a spectacular bicycle kick into the top corner, the centre-back, with his third goal of the season. We will let you enjoy your weekend. Thanks to everyone, as always, for joining us. It's finished here at your Kirk Community Stadium. Leamington 1, Scarborough Athletic 1.
Paul, a game out there which looked very hard to come away, but you've come away with a point. Both teams showing a lot of quality there. Your thoughts on the game?
Yeah, it was a really, really tough game. Probably our toughest, I think. Just, with the preparation for the game and the analysts we do and the work we do, and you watch these this year, and they've probably just gone up another notch from last year. I was pleased with the first half because the way they play, with the inverted wide men, full-back stepping into play, you always know they get so many overloads, but we kept a good shape, good discipline. Then the key thing was when we won the ball back, our system then's got the width, and I thought we did that 3 or 4 times first half, where we looked a real threat on the turnover. But you've got to do more of that to keep them back. So second half, when we didn't do that, they're quite happy, they're quite confident to step into play more. First half, when we've picked up a few more bits in there, got that pass into our 7-11, and then they're sort of struggling to deal with that, so that keeps them at bay a little bit more, and that was probably the difference in the first half, and certainly from 45 to 60-65, where they sort of really got on top. Really pleased with the first half. I thought we probably had the better chances. I don't know, nothing at the bar there, but we had 2 or 3 really good chances. I think Callie's couple, Berridge, Henry. So I was pleased with the fact that, knowing what a good side they are, the chink in the armour, I was pleased that we managed to exploit it. That was what I was pleased about. Second half, then they've come out like a train. We've struggled for 15-20 minutes. We've got a bit sloppy. We've got umpteen times to clear our lines properly. Got an overload here for the goal, and it's bouncing around our box. And at that point, then you're thinking, right, here we go, because probably the best side that's come here so far. We're 1-0 down. Got good support behind them. Which way are we going to go here? And but we came back into the game, and we didn't have the quality that we had first half. But obviously, from the set play, one of the key things you've got to do is keep the ball alive. So we've managed to keep it alive, and then it's a wonderful finish from George again. I think we'll start playing him up front. It's so that was a wonderful goal, and then we had a little spell then, and thinking whatever. But listen, being honest, I think we're probably with a happier team with the draw. But I think they'll be glad to come away from here with something, because one thing that what's been good from the boys this year, we're making it a really tough place to come to, and we've had to really, there's been a couple of performances here recently where we've had a lot of the ball, we've scored some goals, and we've got on top in games. We've had to dig in today. We've had to be like men today, because these got a bit of everything, these have. And but listen, one of the reasons we work so hard to get into this league is that we want to test ourselves against ex-football league clubs like this. And yet again, we've done all right again today. And some of the young boys have done all right today. And you hope with the experiences of these games, they get better. And that's what we'll endeavour to do.